Hi friends, welcome back to the Visual Builder Cloud Service Training Program. So this video is part of lesson 3 and here we are going to look at how to install additional component in Visual Builder Cloud Service. For example, you have seen that there are different UI components using which we can create our web application, like we have seen the input text, we have seen the table, we have seen the header, we have seen the email component and a lot. Sometimes what happens, these UI components are not helpful too much to achieve our functionality. So VBCS allow us to install some additional component. These can be some inbuilt component and then these can be some custom components. So here we will see how to install the inbuilt additional component in our VBCS application, and then how to use export functionality. For example, if we have created one table, right? And on that table, we wanted to give a user a functionality so that he or she can click on a button and the data can be exported in a CSV or Excel file. So just have a look how to install additional component and how to give export functionality. So let me just switch to the VBCS page. So in order to achieve both the things, I'm going to use my existing employee application, which we have created in our previous videos. So I will extend the same and click on the employee application. So here you have seen that we have created different page under that web application. And we have created one main start page where we show all the list of employees. Now, if I wanted to create one more button here so that user can click on this and then can download the data on this particular table. For this, what I will do is, now here you will see there is a component export, right? But here you see there is no component as of now. So there's an additional component which you have to download. So expand this and here you see there's a navigation called components. So this components section will show you all the additional component which is under VBCS and all are jet components. So here there's a one component called export data. So let me just go down. Sorry, export data. So click on this export data and here it will show the jet component like oj hyphen sample hyphen export hyphen data. So and the version is 3.03. So if you wanted to install this component in order to export the data, you can use, just click on this install component and the component will be installed. So here you can see it will show a example as well how you can use this in your VBCS page and what are the extra control which you can use. So you can use this information page to read in. Now let's try to, and here you can see the API, you can see the change log as well. If you click on the API and here all are the properties which you can use and then you can use it. Now just click on the install component. So it will take a minute to install this extra component. Here you see my component has been installed. If the button will turn up into the uninstall component, which means the component has been installed. Now just go back to here and click on the install. So if you have installed any additional component, it will be visible under that install. If you wanted to uninstall it, just simply click on that uninstall and this will be uninstalled. Here you see. Now just try to install it again. Okay, now my component has been installed. Now go to my main start page and this component will be installed only for this week, is this application, not for everyone. So here just collapse this and then go to the main start page. And here you will see there's a component should be added over here called export data. Now just take this and then drop onto your table. Once you drop it, here you can see the different properties you can set. Now here you see the export button. So once you click on export, this data will be exported, but you have to associate the component with which you wanted to download that data or export the data. So click on this export button and then go on the click on this export button and then click on the data. Now under that data you have to associate the data source. Now click on this, and this table is associated with my employee list HTTP. So this is the only mandatory parameter which you need to provide. Now, if you will just try to preview your application, and if you click on the export button, this is the default page. I have to change my default page. Click, click here, and then settings, and then change this menu start. Okay, and then run. Okay, here you see, just export it. Once you will export, a file with name export.csv will be downloaded. So let me just open this file and we'll show you. Here you see all the columns like department, email address, first name, gender, ID, and the last name has been exported into the CSV file. So here there is an additional component ID. If you wanted to, so these are the field name inside your business object, right? If you wanted to change these fields, you have an option, and whatever field you wanted to include in your CSV, you can do this. So now let me just switch back to the page. Now go to the Visual Builder and go to this particular main start page. Here, just click on a general. Now here by default, you see the include header in the export is there. If you will exclude, if you will uncheck this, all the header like first name, last name will not be in your file. Maximum will be 1000 row at a time. If you wanted to increase it, you can increase it. The default file name will be export.csv. If you wanted to change, you can change it as well. We can change the button text, and then here is a data, and then event, data. Here you see you have to add the columns which you want. Now if you go to the component section, here you will see in the description there is a attribute called columns. So under this columns, whatever fields you wanted to export, you can just adjust it. This column is the attribute of this sample export data, and here you have to give this field ID, header text, custom header text, and then type. So there are three properties which you can set. The field means this is the unique field of your business object. Header text, what will be the header text, and then what should be the type. Now just use this column and go back, and under this code you will see this is the OJ export sample data. So let's do one thing. Just use this column, and here under this table, where is that? So this is the table, and same attribute is there like column. So you can copy from here, right? Just copy all the things from here and then paste it over here. Okay. Now here you see the header tag will be email address and the field is email address. Same ways the field is department and the header tag will be department. Same ways gender, same ways last name, same ways your first name. If you go to the designer, here you will see the data. Here you see the header text is first name, last name, gender, department, email address, and then email address. Right? Now just again run your application. Now again just try to export it. Another file export CSV 6.csv has been downloaded. Just open this file and let me just open this. Here you see now this time header has been changed as first name, last name, gender, department, and then email address. And this time the ID has not been loaded. So this is how you can export data from your table. You can change the columns name, you can change the header's name, right? So there is the functionality to export. So guys, that's all. Guys, that's all for this video. Thanks. Bye bye.